Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about breakfast for diabetics. I've picked out 7 foods here that can be really good for you to add and switch up your mornings, one for each day of the week. You're going to love this video, so stay until the end because you won't want to miss it. If you love tips on nutrition, health, and fitness, you're going to love this channel. Go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell to get updates. I have new videos every day and you're going to love them. Let's start talking more about breakfast, especially for those living with diabetes or anyone who wants to control their blood sugar. Many people consider breakfast the main meal of the day, and a lot of people with diabetes get really confused because they wake up with high blood sugar and don't know what to eat in the morning to try to balance it out and keep it under control. So let's talk more about that. It's important to remember that when we wake up, especially if you live with diabetes, if you take medication, or if you use insulin, it's important that you have your breakfast. Take some time for it without stress. Sit down to eat, get yourself organized so that you can make good choices and not end up eating just anything, something that isn't healthy for you and will throw your blood sugar even more out of balance. Remember that in the morning, we do need carbohydrates to have energy throughout the day. And we also need protein, healthy fats, and fiber to ensure that these carbohydrates are absorbed gradually so you don't get that glucose spike in the middle of the morning, which can leave you with hyperglycemia, feeling unwell and stressed. So ideally, this meal should be well thought out, balanced, and you should take a few minutes to eat it calmly. We know that many people living with diabetes can wake up with elevated glucose levels in the morning. I've even made a video here explaining why this happens. I'll leave it down below for you. So eating the right foods at this time will help you avoid starting the day off poorly with a big spike in your blood glucose, which can become unbalanced and harder for you to lower throughout the day. So always remember that making good choices at this moment may set the pace for how your glucose levels will be throughout the day as well. Another important detail is to eat foods that will help you control your appetite, that will keep your hunger in check, because a lot of people wake up feeling very hungry. Because, as I always say, just because you have a lot of sugar in your blood doesn't mean that sugar is available to your cells. That's exactly the main problem for diabetics who are unbalanced. Blood glucose is high, but glucose in the cells is low, so you end up feeling very hungry, your stomach growls, and you get irritable from hunger. That's why it's important to manage this and eat foods that make you feel fuller, so you feel better throughout the morning. Remember also that having a good breakfast will help you control your weight, avoid snacking, and ensure you get some important nutrients for the morning. Your brain starts to function. You need to work. You need to study. You need to get things done during the day. So making sure you have a balanced and nutritious meal will only bring benefits for you and your health. So let's get started. Option number 1 that you can consider adding to your breakfast, you don't have to eat it every day, I'll give you 7 options here, is eggs. Eggs are an excellent source of protein and healthy fats that you can add to your breakfast. Studies have already shown that people who eat eggs for breakfast tend to snack less throughout the day, especially in the morning. They arrive at lunchtime feeling better and more comfortable without needing to eat large amounts of food, and they may even lose weight. Remember that this egg can be a boiled egg, it can be scrambled eggs with just a little olive oil. Control the amount of fat when preparing it, that's super important. It can be an omelet, it can be eggs mixed with onion, bell pepper, sautéed. It can even be an egg you cook in the microwave. I have a playlist here with egg recipes and I'll leave it down below in the description for you. The egg can be your entire breakfast if it's an omelet or something more elaborate, or it can just be part of your breakfast. It's not meant to be eaten just plain on its own. The second food you can consider adding to your breakfast is natural yogurt. I have a recipe here on the channel for how to make it, or even kefir, which I also have a recipe for. Kefir is like a cousin to yogurt. They are both probiotic foods that you can make at home from milk. Kefir is similar to yogurt, and it also ferments at home. And both have this probiotic effect that is good for the gut, are sources of protein, and have little fat if you use skim milk. So they are really very good foods, provide a lot of satiety, and are excellent for proper intestinal function and for reducing inflammation in our bodies. We know that many people with chronic diseases may have more inflammation, and if you balance it with good foods like flaxseed or a fruit, it will be a well-balanced diet, will keep you feeling full, and will also help keep your blood sugar levels more stable. If you're always short on time, maybe a green juice will work well for you, and you can add more vegetables than fruit to make it more balanced, so it doesn't raise your blood sugar too much. So you can add cucumber, which doesn't have a strong taste. You can add kale, you can add flaxseed, you can add almonds or walnuts, and you choose a portion of fruit to finish off your green juice. You can also complement it with an egg or some yogurt. But remember that green juice can provide various vitamins and minerals quickly for your breakfast, bringing more vigor, more energy, and more nutrients. One option that I love is chia pudding because you make it the night before, leave it ready, and in the morning you just get up and eat it. So it's really practical and quick. You just need to do a little prep ahead of time. You can make chia pudding with any type of milk you prefer. You can use cow's milk, but if you don't use it or if you feel it raises your blood sugar too much, you can use almond milk, coconut milk. I have a playlist of plant-based milks here. I'll leave it down below in the description for you. So you add the chia, let it absorb the liquid, and in the morning it will look like this mixture was cooked. And you can put some strawberries on top or some walnuts, peanuts, whatever you like to give it a special flavor. A bit of cinnamon, some vanilla. It turns out really good and is very filling. I have a video here talking more about hydrated chia, how it helps control hunger, how chia helps improve diabetes management. I'll leave it down below in the description for you. I forgot to mention, but I also have a playlist here of green juices, including low-carb green juice. I'll leave it down below. Check out the description for all these foods and recipes I'm talking about. I'll have them organized there to help you out. Another interesting option could be to take a slice of the bread you use and add some avocado mayo, or even just plain avocado with a bit of salt and black pepper. Avocado is a food that really helps control blood sugar. If you choose a homemade low-carb toast, that's going to be even better for you. If you buy ready-made toaster bread, check the label. Preferably choose whole grain bread made with 100% whole ingredients, or even a low-carb option. If you're unsure, I have plenty of recipes here showing how you can make it at home too, and it turns out super tasty. Some people even like to make avocado with egg or avocado with banana. That can be an option too. Avocado for breakfast is always a very good choice. Another good option, still on the topic of making your own homemade bread, is to make a homemade bread with oat bran because it turns out really soft, with a true bread-like texture. You make it in the microwave, and it's super quick. And you can add some low-fat white cheese, a sugar-free fruit jam, a cream cheese. I have lots of recipes here on the channel for white cheese, mayonnaise, I've already mentioned avocado to you, and sugar-free fruit jams. I'll leave them below in the description. If you like something lighter in the morning, but still with more flavor, remember that chickpea spread, hummus, can be a great option. And depending on what you pair it with, you'll end up with more or less carbohydrates because it already contains carbs. The carbs come from the chickpeas, which are excellent because they have protein, fiber, and a very low glycemic index. And if you want to add it to your toast with fewer carbs, a healthier toast, that's a good option. Or if you want to make it even lower in carbs, you can put it on carrot sticks, cucumber sticks. That can be a good option too. Let me know what you think. Remember that I have many playlists here on the channel to help you, talking about the relationship between foods and blood sugar, everything about diabetes, lots of low-carb recipes, breads. I'll leave everything down below in the description. Tell me what you had for breakfast today. This question will be great to see in the comments. I'd love to know what you had for breakfast. What will inspire you to change your breakfast? I'll love to see your comment. Remember to like the video because that helps me, and share it with someone who will enjoy it or needs it. Let's grow this chain of good together. That's what I want with this channel. See you next time. Bye.